I find that most of my brides actually don't want to toss their bouquet to their bridesmaids as part of that tradition. And what I would then say is, rather than me making a second bouquet that you can throw, just throw one of the bridesmaids' bouquets. We find that the bridesmaids use their bouquets for ceremony and for some pictures, and then afterwards they put them down and they really don't use them again. So just in terms of being clever and smart with your budget as well as with the flowers, use a bridesmaid's bouquet. It's nice and small and you can easily throw it. There's definitely a perception out there that wedding flowers are expensive, but in my experience, flowers are expensive, regardless of whether it is for a wedding or an event or just a bunch of flowers for your home. And then on top of that, considering that there's so much logistics behind the flowers for weddings, it's a massive team that needs to work on it. I'm very specific in terms of when it comes to the temperatures of keeping the flowers cold, and all of that, unfortunately, there's a price tag on it. I also think that with flowers and weddings, there's such a beautiful symbolism behind it, that it really is something that you don't want to skimp on. So the more flowers there are at the wedding, the more the idea of fertility and the bride being in the prime of her youth, all of that is symbolized through flowers. So regardless of the price, I want to just encourage people to consider the fact that it's something that you don't really want to negotiate on when it comes to your wedding day. I do get brides that come to me and they literally have a budget of about 5,000 Rand, and they ask us if we can help them. And my heart is always to help everyone, regardless of what you can afford. So ways of making a very small budget like that work is, for example, to allow us to go raid your grandmother's garden, or to provide us with flowers that you've picked either from someone you know's farm or from a location that you know, and also to give us the vases. And another way of making a small budget work is by cutting the logistical process. So if the bride is willing to come and pick it up from our studio and return the vases to our studio the next day, then there really is no budget that we can't work with. I definitely want to advise all the brides out there not to try and do your own flowers on your wedding day. It's actually a much bigger job and much more time consuming than you think. And I just feel like if it's your wedding, you want to be present, you want to be in the moment, you want to be enjoying and relaxing with your family and your friends. And doing flowers is quite stressful. It takes a lot of time, there's a lot of pressure on us, and if you're doing it yourself, that pressure will be on you or your mom or whoever's helping. And I've found in the past, with some of the clients that I've spoken to that try to do it themselves, that it really isn't worth it.